was sort of the face of law enforcement in this county. Not mostly. It's a beautiful place to raise a family. And yet probably every block there's someone on heroin. I was sort of the face of law enforcement in this county. Not mostly just work drugs. Here I'm at work, lock people up, and I'm coming home and my daughter was a drug addict. She kind of felt like I was the enemy.
This is beautiful, man. Beautiful.
I've been a conservative person my whole life, and I believed in my entire life that arrest and incarceration was the answer to this drug war. Drugs are menacing our society. They're killing our children. When Reagan took office, he was a great speaker. We got to win this war on drugs. This drugs is ruining our country. And, I bought into that. I loved it. I loved chasing guys down. I loved when they'd run. I loved tackling them. I loved arresting them. I felt like I'm on the front lines of the drug war. I felt good about it.
Straight double.
If they had a lot of crack, good. If they had a little bit of crack, good. If they just had a pipe, fine. At the end of the night, I wanted to have an arrest. I wanted to have a body. My daughter was very outgoing, and she was funny, and she had jokes. Brooke's childhood, her and I were exceptionally tight when she was younger. Everywhere I went, I pretty much took Brooke with me, and she wanted to be with me.
She's the life of the party. Even when she was very young, I'm Brooke's stepmom. But for me, I'm still Brooke's mom. Around 12, 13 years old, middle school, we noticed that there was something wrong.
When she went to high school, I'd find cigarettes, vodka, weed.
I'm a little naive when it comes to certain things, and of course her father's, he was a narcotics task force agent, so he saw all of it.
2013, the heroin epidemic started to take off. She was just turning 18 about that same time. She calls me in the summer and says, "I need your help, Dad," which is something Brooke never said. We went and met for breakfast, and that's where Brooke told me that she was addicted to pills. I asked her how she was affording to have it, and she told me that she was selling her body to get the money to buy pills. Brooke believed that I could make it go away, that I could fix it. Probably 5 or 6 or 7 different rehabs and halfway houses in that year. When she relapsed again, she's out using. I knew she was staying in the trashiest motel around. I knew she was prostituting. I knew she was stealing. I felt like if she was prosecuted and she was given some time in jail, that might save her life. I requested that she be prosecuted for those charges, yes. 4 months in jail.
I remember when she came in, you could just hear the whispers down the hallway, "It's Brooke Simmers, it's Brooke Simmers, it's Brooke Simmers," because of her dad. He had a child that was committing the same sins of the people that he had incarcerated. And he just couldn't get it. He couldn't get it. And I related very well because I was also struggling with how do you make family members that do not have an addiction understand we are not doing this because we like it. Who likes this misery? Who wants to do this? First, the injection sites started to erupt. Then the skin would turn black. I almost lost both of my arms.
She was released from jail. She had been clean for months and months. And she wanted to get high. When you've been clean that long, you can't take the same amount that you did before you went in. She snuck out. She drove off and went and parked and crawled into the back seat of her little red Volkswagen and took a sweatshirt, folded it up in a little ball, and used it as a pillow. And she lay down and she died.
Beautiful. Right, we'll have to tell y'all about shooting on Friday. Damn devil. And the PB gets better.
A locket of Brooke's hair that I took.
The reason these comments are being made is because Esau Edom controls the cargo plane shipments, the rail freight, and the ships that travel, that bring these drugs over to America. But yet, because they own the media and the propaganda system, they'll just show Jake or the poor so-called Hispanic or Latino or Native Indian or Negroes being arrested for drug trafficking. But they'll never show you who's behind the scenes that has the industrial power and industry bringing and orchestrating these shipments of drugs into the country. Let's continue.
If she overdosed and died when she got out, maybe if she wouldn't want to wait for that 4 months, maybe she wouldn't have overdosed and died. I did everything wrong here, man. I should have never talked to the police about nothing. Shouldn't have put her out. Should have just stood by her and got her in there. I don't know. I don't know what would have worked. I know what we did not work. In this drug business, they say you can love someone to death. You can love them to death. I feel like I did that. 20 years ago, most people felt that we need to arrest more people. But I think most people were wrong, and I think I was wrong. This epidemic was in the African American community for years, and we did nothing about it.
Bingo.
She's a pretty...
The government built more prisons when it was in Jake's community or the Israelite communities. And now that this drug addiction has become more and more popular among Esau Edom or the so-called Caucasians, now they're building more drug treatment facilities and calling it a mental illness.
Girl lives in the suburbs, and I think that could possibly be why people were calling this, saying, hey, how can we help? What we want to help.
See, damn, and I'm going to stop there. See, this devil knows, man. Okay, now it's coming upon you. Now you want mercy. Well, what do the scriptures say? All right, this is the book of James, chapter 2, verse 13. For he shall have judgment without mercy that have showed no mercy. Yeah, and this devil, he's a prime example of that. He said he used to love hopping out on niggas. Hopping out, I don't care if it was a little, a pipe. I just need an arrest. I need a body. That's how he look at our people, man. For he shall have judgment without mercy that have showed no mercy. And that's why it's all gas, no brakes on you so-called white people. Because you showed us no mercy whatsoever. And mercy rejoiceth against judgment. That's right, man. So now no mercy is being bestowed upon you. And you want everybody to have a damn sob story for you, man. Or a sob fest over your sob story. And you go on a comment board, it's a lot of Jakes on there saying, well, look, man, shit, that you get what you get what you had coming, man. You reap what you sow. And there's a lot of Israelites on the comment board too, man. For he shall have judgment without mercy that have showed no mercy. And this guy is the perfect example of that. And all you so-called white people got that spirit. Now it's come upon you, and you want everybody to feel some type of way. Now drugs should be decriminalized. Or you can't just lock people up. When he clearly said it, hey, look, when it was happening to Jake, nobody cared. Now it's happening to some lily so-called white girl, which you so-called white girls, you're not pretty. And then with that, that's him showing so-called white supremacy. Because he thinks, well, look, oh, all right, well, we're good, righteous people, and it's happening to us. See, it can happen to everybody. That's the spirit that he got on him. When really, you're the base people of the earth. And you bringing the drugs in to begin with. And mercy rejoiceth against judgment. Because these curses is hitting you devils, man. And it's hitting you hard. It's an all-out blitz on you so-called white people. Deuteronomy 30:7, and the Lord Yahweh thy power will put all these curses upon thine enemies and on them that hate thee, which persecuted thee. That's right, man. And I'm seeing this in my lifetime. Because I remember seeing a gang of drug addicts being young. I had a lot of family members that was heavy on drugs. And that was a curse, man. A lot of my family got broken up because of drugs and incarcerations as a result of drugs. So that was a curse, and now I'm seeing it as I'm older. I'm seeing it fall upon you so-called white people, my chief enemies, man. And Thwadi Al Bashim Al Shah for that. Hey, well, you know what? This story, the similar story, I had told to me. One of my clients, her sister died in a damn homeless encampment, and they couldn't even identify her body for about 6-7 weeks because they had decomposed. And guess what? Their dad was a cop. So this is beautiful, man, and this is happening all around the country. All right, dad's a drug rehab counselor, or he's a cop. All right, he's in some high-ranking position. And you end up a damn drug addict. He was talking shit about niggas all like we were dogs. Talking about Jake like we're dogs because we're on drugs. All right, we're impoverished, and now it's coming upon you, man. And what can you say? You can't say nothing. Fucking hypocrites. This is Galatians 6:7. Be not deceived. The Most High is not mocked. For whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he also reap. That's right. And your nation is reaping all the wickedness that you sowed. You're beginning to reap it now. And it's coming upon you like a ton of bricks, and you can't bear it. You weak ass devils. Because Jake, man, we got through it. We went through that growing up, man. Having CPS come to the house. I experienced that, man. Trying to put me in a damn a foster care because the house is all fucked up. Now it's happening to you so-called white people. Now your homes are in disarray. Now y'all are coming from broken homes. Now you out on the streets begging. Be not deceived. The Most High is not mocked. For whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he also reap. Yes, and you reaping it abundantly.
You still think the Bible is a fairy tale book?
It's the book of Proverbs 26 and 27. Whoso diggeth a pit shall fall therein. And he was digging a pit for Jake. And he loved it. You could tell he was reminiscing.
Exactly. The big
and
payback.
Everybody on the comment board was saying that. Well, it's karma. They're like, man, I hate people like this. You're only empathetic when things happen to you. See, that's why the spirit of no mercy is being shown upon you so-called white people, because everybody knows you're full of shit. But you only care about yourself. Whoso diggeth a pit shall fall therein. Yeah, and you were digging a pit for our people. And he that rolleth a stone, it will return upon him. That's right. And now you're falling in that pit. You so-called white people, you're the main ones killing yourselves. You got the highest suicide rates. Whether it be by the sword or these drugs. So pretty much all the wickedness that you've been doing is falling upon you.
And low fertility rates in every state. And it's even worldwide now.
It's beautiful. Your own council is dragging your ass down, because that council was to destroy Jake. All right, Judah and the rest of the tribes. But what's happening? Jake is cleaning their act up, and you so-called white people, you're falling into dust, into confusion. All right, this is Job 12, and 21. He poureth contempt upon princes and weakeneth the strength of the mighty. Yeah, the mighty so-called white man is now being weakened. Hey, because for a while, it just looked like they was never going to go down. Oh yeah, when Reagan was in there, that was a good time for you so-called white people. Yeah, he was talking shit about Jake. Oh, look at these drug addicts. We gotta have a war on them. Now the Lord is just slaying your ass. And it starts with the sword of the Most High, man, which is his word. He discovereth deep things out of darkness and bringeth out to light the shadow of death. And it's being discovered that you so-called white people, you're nothing but a bunch of drug addicts, pedophiles, murderers. You're the worst of the worst, man. And that's why the Lord is putting you in your rightful position, man, as a base thing of the earth.
But when you look at the news, you're seeing the poor Jakes, the poor Latinos, the poor Native Indians, the poor Negroes being arrested. Pueblo with a backpack on his back is not responsible for air and sea shipments of drugs getting into the country. We got a lot of ignorant folks out there that just believe what the lying news say.
Increaseth the nations and destroyeth them. That's right. So you were increased for a little bit, but now the Lord is destroying you. And he enlargeth the nations and straighteneth them again. Yeah, straighteneth meaning straighteneth here means a position of difficulty. You're in dire straits. Yeah, because he was enlarging your nation, and now you're in straits because look, you got low birth rates, drug addictions, drug overdoses, low birth rates because you're a bunch of pansexual, polyamorous demons who don't have children.
Pedophiles.
And the ones who do have children, your woman, she's getting with Jake, man. He taketh away the heart of the chief of the people of the earth and causeth him to wander in a wilderness where there is no way. And that's what's happening, man. You're just through. You so-called white people, you don't know what the hell hit you. It's just an all-out blitz. You shell-shocked. And I see it every time I go out. I go to the grocery store. I go pick up something. You don't know what the hell hit you. You're just out of nowhere. It's because we're at the end of your world. Okay? Like that devil wanted his birthright back. Okay? It's our birthright. Okay? We obtained it fair and square. 2 Ezra 6 and 7. Then answered I and said, what shall be the parting asunder of the times? Or when shall be the end of the first and the beginning of it that followeth? And he saith unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him, Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau, for Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. Yeah, so we're at the end of your world. And it's a so-called white man. And you can cry all you want, man. The Lord got it out for you. Well, Hebrews 12 and 16. You found no place of repentance, though you sought it carefully with tears. And you saw he had the tears. He teared up. Oh, I made the wrong choice. Hey, man, too bad. Too little, too late, man. Let me get this in the book of Job. And any of our people, you say, well, you know what, man, you're sick. You're showing the same hate. The Lord is just going to kill you, man. You going to die. All right, Job 20 and 4. Knowest thou not this of old, since man was placed upon earth, that the triumphing of the wicked is short, and the joy of the hypocrite but for a moment? That's right. And that dude was a complete hypocrite. He was a wicked hypocrite. Okay, it was all good when it was Jake now, but now it's coming upon his people. Now you want to change. Oh, I'm not a conservative anymore. Man, death to you so-called white people. All right, I pray more of you die, fall upon your own sword. All right, so I just want to go into that. It's a beautiful video. I pray it was edifying. Call her.
Okay, brothers and sisters, there's a few more scriptures that I want to finish up with. We got about 5 more minutes, and I'll go ahead and close out. First of all, call Halam Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai HaMashiach. Much respect and honor to the brothers and sisters that are doing the work in truth and sincerity. Salutations to the hopeful elect and the confusion of faith. Double honors and respect to the elders, apostles, and teachers of Great Millstone. There's some more scriptures I'm going to go ahead and cover, and we'll close out. I'm in the book of Micah, chapter 2, verse 1. Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it, because it is in the power of their hand. Esau Edom controls the media. They own the major industrial complex. They orchestrate drugs coming in and out of the country through air, land, and sea. Micah 2 and 2. And they covet fields, and they take them by violence, and houses, and take them away. So they oppress a man and his house, even a man and his heritage. They're calling themselves the Jews. They're calling themselves the Native Americans. They're over in North Africa calling themselves the Egyptians. They're in South Africa and stolen land calling themselves the South Africans. Stolen land. Mike, and in Israel, which is stolen land, by the way. Micah 2 and 3. Therefore, thus saith the Lord, behold, against this family do I devise an evil, that which ye shall not remove your necks, neither shall you go haughtily, for this time is evil. This Bible is speaking, and major judgment for Esau Edom is underway, and great future judgments are coming. Micah 2 and 4. In that day shall one take up a parable against you, and lament with a doleful lamentation, and say, we be utterly spoiled. That means robbed. That's what's coming. He has changed the portion of my people. See, the curses are being flipped around, just like this brother so eloquently explained. How has he removed it from me? Turning away, he has divided our fields. Let's go to Habakkuk 2:15. Woe unto him that give his neighbor drink. That's setting up your neighbor, putting drugs in their community, putting guns in their community, giving them false religious doctrines, sending Mormons and Jehovah's Witnesses into the communities. Woe unto him that give his neighbor drink, that put thy bottle to him, and make him drunken also, that thou mayest look upon their nakedness. So you're setting them up, and then you're using the media to say, hey, look, these are the people that are the drug dealers. These are the people that are the alcoholics. These are the people that are the drug addicts. These are the people that's causing this country to come down because they're delinquents. All right, they're thugs. But yet they're not showing you the major brain or the mastermind behind the whole operation. Habakkuk 2 and 16. Thou art filled with shame for glory. Shame is starting to cover Esau Edom, and he's being made bare, and nakedness is being exposed on him, as described in Jeremiah chapter 49, verses 10 through 15. Thou art filled with shame for glory. Drink thou also. The Most High is saying, you get ready to drink from this cup now. Drink thou also, and let thy foreskin be uncovered. That means Esau Edom's, all their wickedness and their iniquities is being revealed by the men of the Lord. The cup of the Lord's right hand shall be turned unto you. It's coming, and it's happening right now as we speak. And shameful spewing shall be on the glory. All right, one last chapter, and we're going to close out. I'm in Ecclesiasticus, or Sirach, in the Apocrypha, chapter 41. Let's start at verse 5. The children of sinners are abominable children. So Esau, Edom, their forefathers raped, robbed, murdered, lynched, stole land, and lied and said that they're the Jews, they're the people, they're the Native Americans. The children of sinners are abominable children, and they that are conversant in the dwelling of the ungodly. Verse 6. The inheritance of sinners, children shall perish, and their posterity shall have a perpetual reproach. That means no matter how much wealth or gain that they steal to get, or robbery and deceit in order to get on top, all right, discrimination, false and racial practices on housing discrimination, all right, no matter what they do to stay on top, the Most High is saying it's going to all be for naught. 41 and 7. The children will complain of an ungodly father, because they shall be reproached for his sake. So they're paying for the sins of their forefathers. Verse 8. Woe be unto you. That means destruction cometh. Ungodly men, which have what? Which have forsaken the law of the Most High God. For if you increase, watch this, if you increase, it shall be to your destruction. That all for naught. They're going to lose everything and be beaten down to nothing. Ecclesiasticus or Sirach 41:9. If you be born, you shall be born to a curse. And if you die, a curse shall be your portion. When they hit rock bottom, they're going to stay there. They're going to go into slavery for about 1,000 years and then be burned off the face of the earth. As it is written in Obadiah 1:9 and 10, and then read Obadiah 1 and 18. Sirach 41:10, last scripture. All that are of the earth shall turn to earth again. So the ungodly shall go from a curse to a destruction. All praises be to the Most High Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shah HaMashiach. Shalom.